Okay, I want to talk about one aspect of fragile womanhood because of these experiences that I keep having. Lately, I've been getting into Lyft drivers just to go run errands and that sort of thing, and I've been getting female Lyft drivers, and a lot of times I realize that they are scared or uncomfortable around me because here I am, a unfamiliar male alone in the car with them. We all know what we're talking about, and they feel very uncomfortable, which makes me uncomfortable. And I used to tolerate it because, of course, I personally believe in patriarchy. Um, I know that I personally believe there's institutional misogyny, that misogyny is rampant, but I'm kind of tired of shouldering so much of it, and I'm tired of tolerating some aspects of it. I'm tired of being demonized constantly. A part of me wants to say, don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to encounter unfamiliar males if you're scared. I say this because sometimes the female isn't scared. Sorry, not the female. The person is not scared. And that's because of their self esteem and their confidence level and their beliefs and their feelings. These ones that are scared are just, if one of them can be scared, there's something social or personal or external that it's making you not scared, or that it's making you scared. That's one thing. Um, I feel off about that because I'm kind of like, I'm not saying do it. I'm not directing anyone to do something. I'm not controlling anyone. But it's like, if you're going to be, it's in the same way when I don't like how cops, when some police officers who are skittish or meek become police officers. Like, this is in the context of jobs. Like, you're taking a job that you can't handle. You're going to encounter unfamiliar men in your job. If this was in a different scenario, if this was in a different context, of course I can't be like, well, you shouldn't engage with me, you shouldn't come near me. That's not the issue. Another thing is, it just makes me think, you guys act, if things are so terrifying for you, if you're so scared, which is understandable, sexual assault is a problem. But since we know it, since we're seeming to agree that it's a problem, shouldn't you guys be taking particular actions to mitigate that? For instance, why don't why do so little of you avoid strafe training and at the gym? This is when I'm talking about fragile womanhood. So many of you don't want to work out at the gym because you'll say something to the effect of, I don't want to look like a man. When a male is scared of doing something because they may look feminine or woman-like or female-like, they call it fragile masculinity or fragile manhood. Well, you want to avoid looking like a man, mostly to impress the male gaze, which is fragile womanhood. And by you succumbing to fragile womanhood, this is why these scenarios and encounters are happening. I feel if you guys were stronger, you wouldn't be so scared. So, what if you invested in weight training? What if you invested in strength training? You guys invest in makeup. You guys invest in clothing. You invest in being skinny and small, which makes you more vulnerable. I know what people are thinking. People have this point of, well, just stop raping people. I agree. But is there a problem? There are sick people in the world. There's corrupt people in the world. We live in a patriarchal society which reinforces it, sometimes even encourages it. Do we or do we not? Is that true or is it false? Is it going to be utopia tomorrow, in a week, in a month? If not, there's things you have to do or things you can do. I don't like how there's this pressure for men to overcome fragile manhood, but you guys are just these perpetual victims when there's ways to remedy it. It's all very true, but you guys, I feel like people are just whining a little too loud when there's ways to, if you took some accountability or took different courses of actions, things could be reduced. Um, for instance, it's not just this, there's lots of aspects. So we're having these encounters, these uncomfortable encounters. Okay, I'm aware that a lot of females enjoy watching these murder shows and these sexual assault shows. What I mean by that are shows like CSI and The First 48 and Law and Order and all these serial killer shows. You guys are terrifying yourselves, and then it's affecting us, males. Okay? And these media companies, these media corporations are doing that on purpose. There's a part in our brain that's constantly on the lookout for fear. I forgot the specific name of it, but when that part of our brain is being agitated and hyperactive, we're going to look out for fear. It's a mechanic, a protection mechanic. Okay, and these media corporations are exploiting that. So when I hear this, we have to put our keys in our knuckles and walk around at night. Yeah, that's understandable. Sexual assault is real. Sexual assault is a problem. But you guys are contributing to this fear. Like the fear has just gotten out of hand when there's ways to remedy it. Maybe you can stop watching these shows that terrorize you. Sometimes you can even see it in their eyes. Um these shows. That's not that's just another way that I know there's something off about what I'm saying. It's almost saying, okay, you're responsible for dealing with rape and rape culture and that sort of thing. But I think I just reached a breaking point. Like, it's the whining. Okay. I could see if there was lots of actions. Like you can't create help create there's already an issue. But when you um make the issue worse and then whine about the larger issue, that's when it's a problem for me. Okay. And then added onto that, hypocritical expectations. People love tossing out the fragile manhood card. It's like, okay, let's talk about fragile womanhood, which literally makes you more vulnerable in this dark, corrupt, sick society, which I've already talked about. There's already so many, I already made a whole video about how females actually contribute and sometimes even support patriarchy. And these are just more direct ways. But that's how I feel.